I'm Tracy Dix from Wyrd Learning, and welcome to day 19 of my conversion card challenge. So that's James Wedmore's powerful language patterns that convert, and I want to just see how it can translate to the academic context. And so I take examples of, student experiences and also with academic conventions and styles of writing. So today, card 19, removing any objections. Counter example with proof. Objections are the main reason people end up not taking a desired action, like purchasing your program or product. So it's critical to be able to overcome them to successfully make the sale. Formula. That's what blank thought too, until blank. Example in action. Video might seem time-consuming, and that's what Michelle thought too, until she started filming and editing on her phone. She was able to film, edit, and upload a video in less than 30 minutes a day. Now she has over 10,000 views on her YouTube channel. Okay, so the first thing I suppose is a bit of a student tip. If you've been asked to do an assessment that involves a poster, a pamphlet, a presentation, or anything with kind of design elements to it, for some reason, many students seem to think that, they seem to revert to PowerPoint or I suppose more formal tools for doing this. But in actual fact, the technology for producing design content is getting easier and easier to work with. And by the time you view this video, it might have moved on even further. So use a tool like Canva instead and save yourself loads of time on the design side of things, because it helps you to find and use appropriate images. And Canva also has a lot of templates that you can search in the search bar. So they have the right templates for slides, for pamphlets, for leaflets, and all kinds of other sort of publications. And there is even a feature for you to order print versions of it. So that's one way that you can save yourself lots of time rather than doing your design work from scratch. Just use templates, use design elements, and integrate them together and play around with it. It's a much more fun experience than trying to, put rectangles on a PowerPoint slide, color them, work with the shading and the thickness of the borders and all that kind of stuff. It's a very clunky process if you do it that way. And I find that many students then are really stuck because they don't know how to proceed. It's just not very intuitive. And in relation to academic writing and constructing an argument, so in the previous card I talked about flipping an idea or flipping an argument, and that's some inspiration I took from this book called Rebel Ideas. So again, if you've read something in an article or a book, you're being asked to critically evaluate the information that you come across. So one way that can help you with that sort of evaluative process is thinking about, well, what are the objections that you could have to, what's being presented in an article or a piece of research? So flip it, like I mentioned in the previous video, kind of flip the idea and think of a counterexample of how that flipped version of the idea is possible, and there's your evidence, and then evaluate them in relation to each other, and test things out and see what resonates better for you from your perspective, and put it forward in your argument. Okay, that's all for today. Join me again for day 20 tomorrow.